Mailman passes by, and I just wonder why he never stops to ring my
The Moving
front
Finger
door.
is a novel written by Agatha Christie in 1943, and it takes its title from Edward Fitzgerald's translation of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, and this is how the lines go. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. Nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash out a word of it. And it's quite a nice quote, although the quote is never mentioned in the novel. Certainly the feeling carries through in the novel. This is a Miss Marple that's about a poison pen, someone who's writing anonymous letters with words cut out from an old book or letters cut out from an old book, and is targeting different people in this village. One of the most surprising and I think interesting aspects of The Moving Finger is the fact that even though it's a Miss Marple novel, this 160-page novel does not feature Miss Marple into the last 40 pages. She comes in and solves the crime, and that's it. And that gives it, to my mind, a kind of feeling of a sort of conjuring trick, or like she's the expert who's called in, and in fact that's exactly how it happens. The minister's wife is sick of all of this stuff that's going on, all of these letters going around, and the fact that two people are dead now, and so she says this has got to be stopped. The police aren't doing enough, so I'm calling in Miss Marple. So Miss Marple just comes in and solves it very, very quickly, and but she doesn't do it on her own. She does it quite a bit through the help of our narrator, whose name is Jerry Burton. He and his sister Joanna have moved to the village of Limestock because he's been injured, and the doctor tells him that he needs to just move to a small country out of the way place and recover and just kind of vegetate for a little while. He and his sister are both kind of London society folk. They're used to having cocktails and living it up in the big city, going dancing, going to nightclubs. Here, they're in this small village where gossip is, you know, all over the place, where people have very strong opinions about each other, where they certainly look on people like Jerry and Joanna as being very modern. Joanna likes to wear makeup and do her hair up and dresses very stylishly, so of course some of the people see her as kind of a tart. And this is a great novel as far as the narrative voice goes. Jerry's narration, Christie creates this narrative voice in Jerry that's very enjoyable to read, very engaging, and I think very successful. It doesn't sound like her other narrators. It doesn't sound like her own voice. It doesn't even sound like Captain Hastings. Hastings, you'll remember in the Poirot novels, always comes across as maybe a little bit foolish and a little stupid. Jerry is a very wise person, but as Miss Marple says, he just doesn't have confidence in what he knows, and so he doesn't know how to make sense of it. And one of the ways that his knowledge or understanding of what's really going on manifests itself is through the dreams that he has. He has a couple of different dreams that Miss Marple almost, like some Freudian psychologist, makes sense of, and it helps him to understand in a very meaningful way. The novel also has a lot to say about love and marriage. Both Jerry and Joanna meet people who could be possible spouses for them, but on the surface, these people couldn't be more different from Jerry and Joanna. In addition, we've got a whole cast full of very interesting people, kind of puritanical spinsters, and kind of an effeminate sort of bachelor who lives on his own, and this robust sister of the doctor, and everyone mistrusts each other. They're all very pleasant on the surface, but these letters stir up quite a hornet's nest in the village. The novel, the pace of the novel, it starts off a little bit slow, and then picks up some very nice momentum, and I think the last 75 pages of it are very strong. For a Marple novel, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's, again, the fact that she comes in right at the end is very interesting, although part of me would still like to see more of her. So I give it I'll give it a 4 out of 5.